Hello subscribers, welcome to Career Queries by YMC Hub. In this video, you will learn about SAP and its role as a career. So, if you want to learn why SAP is important for your professional growth, then this video is for you. Before that, hit the subscribe button for more tips and tricks. SAP stands for System Application Product in Data Processing. In simple terms, SAP is an ERP software which can be used to manage business end-to-end. It has different modules which take care of different business verticals. Material module is for purchase, finance module is for accounting, so on and so forth. Having this diverse usage, SAP is one of the most demanded and popular ERP system available in market today. Almost every huge organization is on its part to migrate all of its business operation onto SAP. So to give more knowledge about SAP, we are having our expert Mr. Anik Chakrabarti, who will give more insights on it. Hello Anik, welcome to the session.
Hi Akanksha, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning Anik, I am doing good. What about you?
Good. Thank you for asking.
Great. So today we have list of questions from our subscribers for you. First, the SAP is one of the most demanding skill set required in the market. Well, it is not new. It has just received a big boost. So, can you throw some light on what exactly it is and how it works? Whereas for whom it is relevant?
Yes, it's a very good question. So let me first give a bit brief about SAP. SAP is nothing but an ERP tool. So those who don't know what's an ERP tool is basically ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. What it does is it manages your day-to-day business activities from your finance domain, from your operations, from your human resources, from your sales and marketing, so on and so forth. So basically, SAP is the predominantly the world's biggest or largest ERP company, and it is extended almost in all domains. You can pick any domain in the business, and SAP is there. So it is the market leader in terms of the business. And yeah, you can say it has grown recently in the last 2 years more because a lot of businesses are moving to online premises because of this COVID, and because of that there is a huge need for using ERP tools or softwares. And that's why the demand for SAP has surged. But irrespective of that, SAP is the market leader in terms of ERP tools that is there in the country. There are some other competitors like Oracle, then there is Salesforce, but SAP is always has been the leader.
As you mentioned just now, there are multiple modules like FIFO is there, MM is there, SD is there, etc. So which module do you work on and what are relevant in the operation department? Please give us insight about your daily task and how SAP comes handy when you just talk about these tasks.
Yes, indeed. SAP has multiple modules like SD, sales and distribution, material management, FICO, so on and so forth. And all these modules look into different domains of the business. For example, finance, sales and marketing, customer relationship management. If you ask about me, presently I'm working in the SAP TM module, which is essentially transportation management. Right now I'm working on a 1909 system. So basically what transportation management does is it supports anything and everything that has to do with transportation, that is shipping goods from one location to another. If you do a little deep dive, it takes care of activities such as freight planning, tendering services, increasing the efficiency of how we are operating the entire processes, then reducing the costs involved in transportation, ensuring that we meet the time constraints, and overall holistically we are aware and we are tracking everything what is going on. Now this also includes higher level topics as dangerous good, EHS constraints, then there are other customs and GTS requirements, so on and so forth. So there is no limitations or bounds to that. So currently, my daily tasks are again to look into the business requirements of how basically designing the entire transportation network and system, how we would plan certain goods and how we would ship them. We have to design design/optimize the shipping parameters and make sure we meet with all the legal and custom requirements while doing so. And if you ask about operations, like SAP, if you are from operations background and you want to work in SAP, there are a few modules that you can work on, that is SAP PP, TM is also a part of operations if you are core into supply chain. Also, some part of sales and distribution falls under supply chain. So these are the few areas that you can look into. But yeah, if you are from operations background, you SAP would definitely have a scope for you, because SAP is a very vast tool that covers almost all domains of any business. So no matter what background you belong for, there is something for everybody.
That's some great advice. Alright, so this is the primary module. But there are any dependency on other module as well, or any other software with which SAP get integrated?
Yes, indeed, TM is my primary module. And since with the project, what we're doing currently, the project I am right now in, it's not only specific a transportation management project, but there are specific transportation management projects. In my case, we have dependencies. In some cases, we may not have dependencies. So it depends on what kind of a project we are doing, or what kind of a client we are serving. But generally, for example, if I directly answer your question, SAP TM is dependent on other modules, because we need to integrate with other modules to get information. Like to receive information, we are dependent on other modules. To send information, we also need other modules to be integrated. So in general, if I talk on a high level, that SAP TM should be, most primarily dependent on sales and distribution module. If I already talk about from a shipper perspective, and we are in an SAP environment, so we would definitely look into the sales and distribution and extended warehouse management modules that we directly link to. Of course, there are other parameters. If we go beyond SAP, or in some specialist project, we would depend on other modules as well. But we could also have standalone SAP systems that is mostly a part of ECC. But now that we have moved to S4Hana, everything is integrated. But if I talk about, again, from a logistic supply provider, LSP scenarios, then we could take information from any other system. So basically, if I am very simple, transportation module would require data or information of the consignment that we have to shift from one location to another location, and we require those informations from either some system, some system, some softwares or some systems, or we have to make provisions that we need to create them in our own system. But in general, the information has to come somewhere else. We cannot ship, to be very simple.
That's point to be noted. So if our viewers want to learn SAP, then which module should they proceed? And what are some of the resources through which they can learn it?
So to answer your question, there is no single method to learn SAP. There are multiple institutes that teaches SAP. And even if you look online, there are multiple courses, because SAP is not very niche. It is one of the most common tools or softwares that people learn, because it has a very high job potential, because there is a huge demand always in SAP. But if somebody is looking to learn online and not reaching out to institutes, or not looking for certifications as of now, I would recommend that they should take up any courses by Shiva Prasad, who teaches SD, FICO and MM modules. And I have personally seen his courses. It is pretty good. And particularly it is available in Udemy, and it is one of the better courses as if you compare with other courses. So you can check that out. And also from YouTube, if you have some knowledge, if you look at YouTube, or if you look at check the SAP forums, which is free of cost, you could get a lot of answers to your questions, or if you're looking for any particular solutions. And at the end of the day, once you have the basic idea, you would learn as you go in a particular project. That's how you work, and that's how you gain your knowledge. But yeah, there are academies where you can learn SAP. And for me, if you are looking for online, you can check out definitely Shiva Prasad's courses, who is a very good teacher.
This will definitely help students who are looking for the SAP courses. So, which module is more relevant for what mindset, and what future prospects should one aspire when taking SAP module?
So basically, SAP has two parts, technical and functional. So anyone who is more technically oriented, that is with respect to coding or the basic architecture or the application or software development part of SAP, they can go into that aspects. And if you are looking at the functional part, this is basically the business part. So anyone from any background, like if you are from finance background, if you are from marketing background, if you are from operations background, you can respectively choose your own module and proceed with that. And there is something for everybody, no matter what module you belong to. The main thing, the people who are ultimately, since it's a software and it's technology oriented and it's ever changing and every day there is something new. So I would recommend people who are interested in working with changes every day, who are more technologically oriented, should pursue SAP as a career. But in general, anybody and everybody with core skills with respect to any domain as finance, human resources, marketing can pursue it. And even if you are a technical person, you can definitely go into the technical side of it. So there is no bars in like or slash constraint that you cannot work in SAP. You just have to be little aware or walking ball with the technology.
Awesome. So, what is the primary difference between SAP ECC and SAP HANA when it comes to the module thing, and what should a candidate choose?
Yes, it's a very common question. What is the difference between ECC and S4 HANA? So just to be giving the full terms about what is ECC. ECC basically stands for ERP Central Component. ECC, the difference between ECC and S4 HANA is ECC used third-party databases like Oracle, whereas S4 HANA has its own database. That's the only difference between them. And yeah, if you look at technology perspective, there will be multiple, but the core difference is between the databases that has been used. One is via third party and the other is by S4 HANA. S4 HANA is the latest technology that SAP uses, and ECC was the basically SAP started the ECP way back, and now people are moving. ECC can be considered as a legacy system of SAP, and as we are going forward, people are trying to move from their legacy system into an S4 HANA because it has a lot of advantage like low IT cost, low maintenance cost, and even if SAP wants to upgrade into any future or try to bring any upgrades in the future, there would be very less disruptions having their own databases, and again integration would be much easier. So that's why people are moving to S4 HANA.
That's insightful. So, here is the last one. Once done with SAP, what all type of job profile could a candidate look for, and what is the average salary range one can bag?
As mentioned, there are multiple job modules. As mentioned before, there are multiple jobs. If you are looking for, if you have SAP skill sets and looking for a job, as I mentioned before, that it could be either functional or technical. So depending on what role you are, you can get any job. So if you are a fresher, you can start off anywhere between 4 to 7 LPS. But now, if moving on to the technical aspect, if you're an application developer and so on and so forth, with minimum 2 to 5 years of experience, you could look something between 10 to 14, 15 lakhs per annum. And again, same goes with the functional consultants. If you are already have worked on projects with 2 to 3 years of work experience, you can look into a figure between 9 lakhs per annum and above. That's what was going on in the industry. But yeah, again, the final the salaries also depends on what kind of skill sets you possess, what kind of modules you have worked on, how much you have integration knowledge, what kind of projects you have worked on, how many projects that you have implemented end-to-end scenarios, and all those perspectives. But yeah, it's a if you are looking to for a particular jobs or job market, SAP is always booming, so there are huge demands. So if you have good knowledge, you can definitely pursue SAP as a career because the remunerations are pretty well. And again, if you are working in a functional or a techno-functional roles also, you get industry knowledge, and then you can shift to other industries because you see the whole business holistically. So it's a good opportunity if you are looking to seek your career in SAP.
Not bad. Seems like this is a good career path to pursue. That's all question we have as of now. If we missed any question, put it in the comment box. We will take up in the next video. Thank you, Anik, for providing so much information on SAP.
Thank you.
If you guys have any queries, put it in the comment box. We will reply as soon as possible. Till then, keep sharing this video, like it, subscribe it, and also wait for our next video. Thank you for watching.